Hey!
Ask me why I'm wearing a baseball cap backwards.
Hey!
Go ahead, ask me. Ask me.
Just a second. Hey! Why are you wearing a baseball cap hat?
Because it's a comeback, baby! We haven't done this for a while. Usually, it's my rally cap. We're putting it backwards to rally. We're coming back to the show. We've been away for so long. I was showing some team spirit there. Just also happens to be a Packers hat. Nothing? You don't get excited? No.
All right.
Moving on.
I actually get very excited. We're going to start right on with group highlights, week recap, and there were many, just many this past weekend. Coach Aaron had a couple of you guys at Foxjet.
That's up in Minneapolis.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. It's a really good meets, prelims, finals. We only had our 11 and older athletes there, and we had a really hard practice the day before we went. Obviously, I'm expecting swimmers to get up and perform well under any given conditions, and I thought we raced really hard. And the point that I made at the last time we were up in Minneapolis was, we need to. I need to challenge you so that you make certain mistakes so that you can learn from them. And I thought the team did a great job of, taking those mistakes and learning from them so that we can go through and, keep our focus on the end of the season. The highlights, Caleb Utash, probably swimmer of the meet. He was just on fire. Lifetime best in more events than he swam. Do you know how he did that? His first 50s, his first hundreds. I mean, that was just... He was really fast all weekend. Broke the minute barrier in both the 100 fly and the 100 backstroke. But we had some minor successes with some athletes all across the board. Probably one of the greatest performances of the weekend. I had Taylor Flummerfelt do the 100 freestyle about 12 minutes removed from the 200 IM. And what's interesting is that she didn't know she was going to be doing the 200 IM. So she was mentally not ready for that duel. And she stepped up, and I said, hey, you're going to die in your 100 freestyle. You can either die being in 8th place at the 50, or you can give yourself an opportunity and race these girls real hard and see what you got before you fail. And she did great. Stepped up, 53.6, faster than the morning swim.
Very good.
Yeah, so it was a fun weekend for me. How about you?
Wow.
I gotta say, wow too. He gave me some updates, results. It was wow.
Wow. Yeah, it was just insane. I was just trying to do the math here in my head, and I believe we had. I went down to All Stars. Team Iowa in general did very well. I think everybody had a lot of fun, which was the most important part of this. ACAC swimmers. I think we had a total of 28 swims, individual swims. 26 best times. 28 swims, 26 best times. It was just insane. And those swims that were not best times were just a hair off. So,
I think they added up to what, like 7/10 of a second between those two best, non-best times.
Exactly. So it was insane. We were just on fire. We started mid on fire and we finished on fire. So a lot of people getting best times in every single thing they swam. A lot of our swimmers stepping up on relays and doing really well. We were just so good that it's hard. It's hard to point out a swim of the week or a swimmer of the swim of the weekend or a swimmer of the weekend. There were just many of them. I think both of the older kids that were there, Sydney Sorensen and NAP, a lot of breakthrough swims. Sydney. It's kind of like what Sharon did. She broke, when she dove in for the 200 breast, she got her best time on the 100 breast and then the best time on the 200 breast as well. So she got 2 best times in one race. And then she dove in for that race again and she got another best time. She went even faster for the 100 breast. I didn't count that a best time, those 2 best times in one race as a best time, or else it would have been 27 out of 28. Yeah, and the other kids... Cameron Rasmussen, excellent swims, but his breaststrokes really, he broke 2 club records.
Wow.
2 club records went down. Matt Boylan, great swims, excellent backstroke. an incredibly good 500 freestyle, very well swum. Sophie Sorensen did really well too. Cut a second and a half on the 50 fly.
Wow.
Second and a half off on a 50. There goes the second half.
By the way, backtracking a little bit, did those 500 freestylers break any sort of a barrier?
Yeah, there's this mental barrier called the 6-minute barrier on the 500 freestyle. And both these guys did it. Both of them were like, you know what? We want to go under 6. And boom! There it is. And our last swimmer over there was James Bentley. Also, excellent swims. His 200 AM was very, very impressive. He really chopped up 5 seconds off his 200 AM. I can't remember how much time he chopped off his 200 free. I think it was something like 9 seconds as well. It's like...
That's a bit of a drop.
What?
That is a drop.
What's going on here, right?
I mean, I've seen a lot of swimming.
What happened with that time? It's gone.
9 seconds?
It's gone. Yeah.
Wow.
So anyway, it was a
different swimmer.
It was a blast to be at that meet. It was great. Our kids had a great time.
It was a blast. Speaking of which, our next meet is the Blast Meet.
That's correct.
Good segue.
All right. Yeah. That's our upcoming event section. We are going up to a Blast. That's going to be on January 29, 30, and 31st. It's going to be big. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to blow your mind. Mind-blowing Iowa swim meets.
We have been lately. We have been used of going to this out of state swim meets and swimming really fast. And I'm telling you, this is probably going to be a new stepping stone for Iowa swimming. We got to make Iowa swimming faster. We got to make our mates better, and we will. We have a couple of ideas we're working on.
Basically, it boils down to this: we're working preliminary, and we're getting the word out on the vlog right now. We're going to try to organize a team dinner on Saturday night, and we actually have some good ideas how to do that, actually, because logistics of going to a restaurant is difficult. Besides the point, the reason why we want to do that is we want everybody watching finals. The younger kids that aren't doing finals, go out, grab a snack, come back, watch finals. Older kids, if you're not swimming finals, we're watching the finals. And you're going to see an electric atmosphere. We've talked to the Blast coach. He's going to have all his kids there.
It's basically on Saturdays, prelims finals for 11, 12, and over. And believe me, if you make finals, you're going to be feeling like a rock star.
You are a rock star.
Yeah. That's how it's going to be. That's how big it's going to be. You're going to be a rock star. You're going to be treated like one. So yeah, we have over 50 swimmers from ACAC attending. We expect, and this is not really even depending on the dinner or anything. If you're 11, 12, and over, you are expected to be there for finals on Saturday night. Basically, right now, making arrangements, we don't know yet, but there's a possibility you might be swimming at finals. So be ready to be there at finals. And if you don't make it, still go be there, because if you did make it, you would like your friends to be there supporting you. So if you don't, you're going to be there supporting our other ACAC swimmers. The younger swimmers is going to be more of a we recommending basis, but again,
you got to be there.
We got to be there. It's going to be big.
Huge.
All right. After the weekend after that, we have a couple of swimmers, and I think we had just about 12 swimmers now going to the A+ meet in Wisconsin. That's also a big meet, big names over there.
And sometimes they do bring in a big name. One of the years we had Matt Grievers there. That's probably the biggest name.
There's a tier sponsored meet, so I'm betting again. It's going to be fun. It's another same meet, a little bit of a drive, but it always pays off. Always pays off to those swimmers who make it. It's always a very, very fun environment to be at. Again, we want to be at these big meets. We want to make our home meets big, and we want to be at the other big meets too.